Live from the Carl Chevrolet Studios in West Des Moines, this is Iowa Live.
Welcome back to the program, everybody. You know, we love talking about nonprofit organizations. And did you realize that March is Brain Injury Awareness Month? And we have an incredibly special guest joining us in studio right now. We've gotten along famously since we first met just a few minutes ago. Danielle is here. She is a community activist. She is a speaker. She's a writer and a brain injury survivor.
Thank you so much for having me today.
So tell us what happened that changed your life.
Yes, changed my life forever. Every year, over 10,000 people in the state of Iowa alone suffer a traumatic brain injury, like the most severe blunt force brain injury. In the year 2012, I was one of these statistics.
What happened?
I was a car accident. I almost passed away, almost died. The police officer that changed my life, I did a podcast interview with her a couple years ago, and I even still learn new details. After my brain injury, after my car crash, I went into cardiac arrest. Oh, no. So I wasn't breathing. So before they could put me in the ambulance with the brain injury, I could have died. The police officer, Michelle Smothers Omar, a lieutenant in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa Police Force. I want her to be chief one day, but she tells me no. But before they could put me in the ambulance, she had to perform CPR on my unconscious body with the brain injury to restore oxygen to my brain before they could put me in the ambulance. And I learned on our podcast interview the length of time I wasn't breathing. It was over a minute. So I was within less than 60 seconds of getting permanent brain damage because of loss of oxygen.
Oh my goodness.
So within 60 seconds, she's the Cedar Rapids CPR trainer on the police force. She was able to restore oxygen to me, and I started breathing right before that permanent brain damage set in.
Wow. And you really had some complications from this, and you had to relearn basically everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
On with life, right here, not far from the studio, here in the Des Moines area, which is why I wanted to come here today and tell this story. That was ground zero for me. It's where I relearned how to walk, how to read, how to speak. Can you imagine, as much as I love to talk, I had to go through speech therapy. Like, after my brain injury, it didn't come natural for me. I was stuttering. I couldn't form complete sentences. Think about a computer. Think about the hard drive of a computer. That is the brain to the human body. That hard drive that controls everything. And when you essentially do a reboot or a reset, like you do when you have a brain injury to your own internal hard drive, there's no telling what's gonna come back. Things could be scrambled. Everybody's different. Doctors don't even know.
It sounds like you also had to even relearn how to eat. Is that what I understand?
I had feeding tubes after my brain injury. I had feeding tubes, so I would choke if I chewed, I couldn't swallow. The coordination wasn't there yet.
Oh my goodness!
So I would choke. So
and how long of a process was this before you were able to do more things?
From start to finish, I would say the whole complete professional, emotional, psychological recovery took about 3 years.
Wow.
3 years.
Wow. But you accomplished that.
Yes, sir.
And you are just a dynamo. We have to say that, and that's an understatement.
Thank you.
But you went on to even write a book, too, right?
I wrote a book. I published and self-published and wrote my book in the year 2018. The goal of the book was to become a professional speaker, and that's what I did. I had my speaking website live, daniellebrezant.com, and I gave the opening day keynote address to the Minnesota Brain Injury, or the largest brain injury conference in the country, right after COVID. They came back in person, so that first year they wanted somebody really good, so they booked me their first year coming back after COVID.
Right, we have to let you know how you can donate to help the cause here, to help folks that have brain injury. This is where you can go get more information, biausa.org. That's the site that's behind us right here. You can be able to find out all the information there. The gala is coming up in Eastern Iowa in August. You can find more information about that as well. But Danielle, thank you so much for coming over. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, everybody.